All right, we are back. The time is now 11:37 a.m. and we just finished a conversation with the lovely Alia telling us all about photography, being in the space at a young age, and yeah, it was a really good conversation. Now we're back for even more of women who create right here on Mid Morning Talk, our Women's Month special. My name is Umamah, and welcome back. Our next guest is what I like to call a jack of all trades, but with the rare ability to be exceptional at every single one. She's a makeup artist, hijab stylist, and hairstylist. Basically, your go to person for any look, any vibe, any occasion. From full glam to soft elegance, from perfectly draped hijabs to flawless hairstyling, she's mastered it all. Her work speaks for itself, is polished, professional, and full of that creative magic you can't fake. And today we get to hear more about the woman behind the brushes, the pins, and the palettes. Tahiyya, welcome to the show. Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been like slowly watching your content from behind the scenes, and I said, you know what? I really need you on the show because I feel like, everyone's a makeup artist, everyone's a hijab stylist, but no one's all at once. So we
Jazakallah
love
khair
what you're
for having
doing.
me.
Jazakallah for joining me. I'm so happy. I will jump right into our questions. We are a bit behind schedule. So, my first question is tell us how your journey in beauty and styling began.
So, as a young girl, I've always had a passion for makeup. I grew up watching my mom do her makeup and see how just a few products can brighten a person's face. Yeah, it has always been an interest for me, and as I grew older, this interest just became a hobby, and from there, it just took over. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I talk about this with all of my guests, and even like Alia that I had before was a photographer. That we have these passions, and I love when people take their passions and turn it into a business because if you make your money from something you like, then that's a win on both sides,
That
right?
is so true. That is so true. That's
Exactly.
100%
So
true. You have
I
to do something that you love.
Exactly. I think I testify that 100%. I've always had a loud mouth, and now I found myself presenting. So, you know what? We are staying true to what we love. And I think everyone that's watching needs to take that in as well. If you love something, don't be afraid. Just do it because, inshallah, it will be a success.
100%.
Um, my next question is: did you start with one skill like makeup, or did you branch out, or have you always done it all?
So in grade 11, I started taking on makeup clients. It was very difficult for me because I was still in school, so it was hard to manage. But then once I matriculated, I took a gap year actually. And I thought that in that year, I would find the profession I'd like to go into. In the gap year, I studied with Flawless Makeup Academy, and that was one of the best investments I've ever made to myself and to my business. I carefully chose the Makeup Academy, and it was honestly the best experience I've ever had. So I began with makeup only, and then recently I began with hijab and hair courses, and I've been doing that since, and I absolutely love it. And my clients are so happy that they can come to one person for everything instead of running around from different places.
Alhamdulillah. I think for a wedding day, this is perfect. You don't have to have the makeup artist come and then, so you are just making the bridezillas calm down. They got one person to do everything. We love that. Can you tell me more about the academy that you went to learn your makeup and the hijab styling? Can you tell me more about that?
So the academy was so it's called Flawless Makeup Academy, and they train you on how to become a professional makeup artist. I was taught by one of the best in the industry. She's been in the makeup industry for over 14 years. Her name is Donique Leonard, and she taught me perfectionism of everything. And I'm so glad that I studied through her. The hair and hijab I've studied through other hair stylists and hijab stylists. And inshallah, I hope to take that journey further and study through bigger academies for that. But inshallah, as it goes. Yeah.
Inshallah. I think that now I also need to get my makeup done because your makeup looks nice and you learned it by great people. So like I also need to come get my makeup
Jazakallah
done by
khair.
you. Inshallah, inshallah. My next question for you is, what's your absolute favorite part of being a makeup artist?
So, my favorite part is uplifting women. It's basically seeing how women tear up and they literally get so happy to see themselves looking the best version of themselves. My main aspect is to always make a woman feel confident and empowered. And most of all, it's makeup is not used to change how you look, but rather enhance the beauty that you already have. I feel like this is empowerment on another level because you're you and you still want to look like yourself, still want to feel like yourself, just a little bit with a pop.
You know what? I completely agree to that because, I just decided not to do my makeup today, but I should have done it today out of all days. But I usually with my niqab and I will do a full beat. My father's like, "Oh, but like, why are you doing a full beat? No one's gonna see it." I said, "I know I have it on, so that's all that
Yes,
matters." And if you see a little glitter by my eye, you see a little wing, that's fine. But I know that I've got a full beat on, and I always like tell them that like it's not about wearing my makeup for other people, and it's not about trying to look like a different person. It's enhancing, like you said, enhancing my features, making myself feel more comfortable rather in how I look. I don't know, I have a very strong relationship with makeup. I don't know, I didn't do it today. I did every single day. It's my routine, but that's okay. I trust that you believe me. um
I do. I do.
and I'm just so happy to have you on because again, like I've been saying that look, been trying to find different people in different spaces that do different things but all have the same idea, for this Women's Month special. And I love what you said, that it's about uplifting women, and it's not just about I like to do makeup, so I'm just going to paint everyone's faces. It's about making your client feel better about themselves with the makeup on. So I think that's why everyone needs to come to Makeup by Tahiyya, because you don't just do makeup, it's an experience. Is what I'm getting from what you're telling me, that it's more than just makeup. It's a thing. I can't even explain it.
Gee.
It's a thing. My next question is, have you ever had a moment where you thought, wow, I can't believe I'm here doing this?
Definitely. I've had many of those. Few of them that stood out to me was when I was at an event with Ackermans and I got to be with my makeup team and we spent the whole morning to afternoon there and it was such a lovely experience to be backstage and working with such a big brand.
Wow, I love that. Is Ackerman's the only one that you like, big brand that you've worked with? Are there others? Like, what has it been like?
So far, it's just been Ackermans, but Alhamdulillah, I'm so grateful for that experience. And inshallah, I hope that there's many more like that.
Inshallah, inshallah. Um, I'm gonna keep referencing my conversation before this because both of you guys are coming with such strong, energy for me, and I love it so much. She's like 19 now, and she already worked with Al Baraka Bank. She did photography for Al Baraka Bank, and I was like, you know what, guys, these are such big opportunities that I just feel like we need to be in these spaces as Muslim women. We need to be in these spaces showing that there's more to us than how we dress, there's more to us than how we look. We have passions, we have things that we're doing, and for one, you are the epitome of that. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Shukr, alhamdulillah.
um my next one is, any funny or unexpected behind the scenes moments?
Uh, it's always fun working with makeup. There's always some type of funny moment along the way. I feel like one of the funniest things was when I was in makeup school, and in fact, in that class, I was the only student, so it was a good advantage to me. And every time I would come into class, I would always be so clean and looking so clean and neat, and I would leave looking like a makeup truck just poured itself all over me. Because we work with products at the back of our hands, and then you're leaning over with your hands in between your legs to look that everything is 100%. And then by the end of the day, you're just full of makeup.
I think that's the beauty of it all. It shows that it's an art what you're doing, because the same way that artists will leave, looking like they painted themselves, is the same thing here. So you know what, I really really love to see it. Um, is there any makeup trend you absolutely love? I know we're living in a world where trends are everything, and you have to keep going with the trend. So, what's a trend that you have just fallen in love with?
So I love the clean girl makeup look, and you wouldn't expect it because I'm more doing full glam on my clients, but that clean girl look for like a daily basis is just so nice, so easy, so quick. I absolutely love that.
I've tried to do clean girl makeup so many times. It just never works, man. And then I end up with a full beat at the end. But you know what? You are going to teach us one day how to do a clean girl makeup,
Inshallah,
inshallah.
I do offer classes.
Guys, she offers classes. We're going to be there, inshallah. We are going to go for a quick break, and then we will come back and continue our conversation, inshallah.
Perfect.
Crocodile River bordering the Kruger National Park. As a guest at Buckler's Africa Lodge, one can enjoy an amazing sunrise or sunset on our spacious deck area while you catch a glimpse of some wildlife sightings along the Crocodile River. The sounds of the African savannah will greet you whilst you enjoy your morning coffee. Buckler's Africa Lodge by Tingana Collection. Buckler's Africa Lodge is ideally situated only 6 kilometers from the Crocodile Bridge Gate in the Kruger National Park. Catering for all travelers with variety, we have 4 types of the finest rooms: superior rooms, deluxe suites, and 2-bedroomed family units. Each room is equipped with the finest amenities to make your stay unforgettable. Guests can choose between the self-catering option or book their accommodation with breakfast and dinner included. Buckler's Africa Lodge is your ideal location for the ultimate Kruger getaway experience. We specialize in exhilarating and educational game drives in Kruger, tailor-made to suit your family. Inquire about our various accommodation offerings and other activities. Visit www.tingana.co.za for more information. Buckler's Africa Lodge by Tingana Collection. Experience the pulse of Africa with us.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
And we are back. The time is now 11:51 and we are in conversation with Tahiyya Ismail, who is the face behind Makeup by Tahiyya. We've been talking all things makeup, hijab styling, working with accumens, trends, everything, and we have had such an incredible conversation. Welcome back, Tahiyya.
Zakla.
We left off talking about trends, so I want to continue with that a little bit, and I want to ask, how do you stay updated on trends without losing your own creative style?
So I would say that people make content of makeup with trends just to attract views. And well, there's nothing wrong with that. They're just playing around with makeup. On a professional level, I would say that I stick to technique that I know and then just play around with new trends. So if I see a new eyeshadow look, I would try it. But if they're using different techniques that I'm not familiar with, I won't try it on a client, rather test it on myself first so that I know that nothing goes wrong with that.
You know, talking about trends, I think it was sometime in the beginning of this year, my best friend and I think that's when like things like blonde glamour and people were drawing things on their faces and stuff. And I was like, you know what? We are gonna do this. And the two of us, we would sit, I think for a whole week, every day we were trying new things. I was drawing cheetahs on my face the one day, and then she did, I don't know, tigers, and then I drew scarf from Lion King. It was a thing, you know. But I think that's the beauty of it all. That yes, we see these trends, people doing insane things online, but it's so fun, you know. Maybe like I'm not gonna be doing blonde glamour on a client, but like for yourself, that is such an amazing thing. And it's like something, you know, some people like frown on makeup and say like, you know, like don't do it, whatever. But it's so much fun. How can you not like this? I think that you it's like one of those things that I do as a hobby as well. Like my parents were like, Mom, what you doing? And I come with a full baked face and I'm just like, hi. And everybody in my family knows if mom is in her room for too long, she's doing something on her face. And it's so fun. It's so creative and there's no boundaries to it. You can look like a completely different person or you can look like I can't, you know, we're not going to even get into it because it's such a beautiful thing. And that's why I love, that's why I love having people like you on the show, you know, because as much as you're doing, you know, the perfect bridal makeup, I know that you can do the other one as well. And that just adds to your jack of all trades title. And I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. I've done avatar looks on myself. I've done these crazy dramatic colors. I've done literally anything you can think of. In my free time, I'll sit and I will play around as much as I can. Add the pearls, add the glitters, everything.
I wanted to try the Avatar one, man, but I'm scared. I feel like it requires so much having to do like the lines on your face. I think that's so intimidating. But how did the Avatar one come out?
Oh, it was good. And then I had to run an errand looking like that. And someone at the robot looked at me like,
You know, that's confidence right there, though. The fact that you left the house, you did what you had to do looking like that, that's confidence because, wow.
why not show it off? If you put in all the hard work, Faith, why not show it off?
That
See
is
some
true.
people
That
make
is
some
another
fun.
thing. Exactly. I'm just thinking of myself being blue and then I put my niqab on and I go out and I'm wondering what's blue under my face. Oh my God. Okay, let's move into hijab styling and the hairstyling and things like that, right? So when you're styling someone, do you have a signature touch that people can always spot and say, okay, I know Tahiyya did this?
I love to keep things minimalistic, elegant, and very clean. So even like with drapes, I love to do it soft and I love simplicity. Even with hair, I do extravagant hairstyles, but I love to keep things very natural. So I feel like that's my signature touch.
Okay, so if someone comes with a clean go makeup and just the prettiest little soft, because we're gonna know, hey, Tahiyya did this one. So I love that. I think also it's like one of those trends that are never gonna finish because it wasn't like you know, someone came and did something crazy and said, okay, Haley Bieber came and said, this is my, you know, strawberry makeup or whatever, and it's a trend that ended like that. But clean girl is something that's so timeless. So I think you did your big one with that by keeping your work timeless and clean and things like that. Okay. My next segment I kind of want to move into is Women's Month. It's why we're here. This is the Women's Month edition of Mid Morning Talk. And I want to ask you, what does being a woman in the beauty industry mean to you?
Being a woman in the beauty industry is absolutely so special to me, especially events that stand out to me, moments that stand out to me. I once had a client who looked at herself at the end of her makeup, and she looked in the mirror and she, with tears in her eyes, she said, "I've never ever felt more beautiful in my life." And that's something that really stood out to me because I'm happy to make that woman feel like they do. So, yeah,
I love
uplifting
that.
women and empowering them is honestly one of the things that I love most about what I do.
You know, I've been saying this yesterday over like all four segments. Today's first one and the second one, that I ask everyone this question like in a different way, but it's the same question basically. And to see like what their thought process behind it is, and what being a woman in whichever industry they're in means to them. And I've been loving every single one of the responses I get, because everyone's one is so unique, and it ties together so well. So I think having a job where all you do is make women feel happy is like you hit the jackpot. You really, really did. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Um, my next one is, have you had any female mentors or clients who really inspire you?
My biggest inspiration was my instructor. As you guys can see, I've been talking about her a lot in this, but like she really helped me. And I was doing makeup before that, but she allowed me to perfect my skills. She taught me all the tips and all the tricks, and honestly, till today, whenever I need something, I can just reach out to her and she'll always be there to help me.
You know what? Alhamdulillah. We say Alhamdulillah for that you have someone that is, your woman, someone that helped you and has, in a way made you who you are today. So a big thank you to Tahiyya's teacher from Salam Media. We say thanks. Um, Before we end off, as my last question, why don't you give us a rundown of your makeup today? What are you using? How did you do it? Really, really quickly before we wrap up.
Okay, so if nobody knows this, my favorite brand is Huda Beauty. I absolutely love her. I would love to glam her one day, inshallah. Um,
Inshallah.
she is actually so uplifting and so she speaks out so much on our brothers and sisters in Palestine, with despite social media coming after her. So most of my products that I used today was all hers. The base, I use Benefit for my brows. I use the Huda Beauty palette for my eyes, the Huda foundation. I actually used the Tarte contour today with P. Louise to set everything in place. I love to use Dior products, so I use the Dior blush today and the Dior highlighter. And then for lips, the most affordable and one of the best lip contour sticks is the Switch Beauty. So shout out to Rabia for that as well. And yeah, setting it also Huda Beauty. I love her.
You know what? This is a Huda Beauty show today because I stand right next to you. And also, so profound what you said about her standing for the people in Palestine. I know she's about to get kicked out of Sephora right now. So,
Yes,
you know, these are the brands we need to be using, to show our solidarity all the way from South Africa, even if it's by doing your makeup. There's so many different ways of showing activism. And if it's in doing your makeup because that's what you love doing, use Huda Beauty, guys. And I stand Switch Beauty too. Switch Beauty is my girl. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait for them to pop up in Joburg. I think it's next week or the week after. I am going, inshallah. And I hope that you're going to go as well. But
inshallah, we do too.
and we got to meet there as well. We have to do a link up. But unfortunately, we have reached the end of our segment. Jazakallah so much for joining me. I really enjoyed talking to you. I really enjoyed having you on.
Jazakallah khair for having me. I'm so grateful to have this
Um,
opportunity to come on with Salam Media and speak to you. It's honestly the beginning of many more, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you so much to all of the viewers and the listeners for joining me on the segment. We will go for a bit of an ad break and we will be back with our next guest. Assalamu alaikum.